现实从来都是很骨感的，有些时候我甚至都看不懂代码，看不懂题目，题目里面的每一个文字似乎我都认识，怎么它连起来我就读不懂了呢？即使我能读懂代码，读懂题目，我好像也没办法把它写出来。哪怕我把代码写出来了，似乎它也不能够正常的跑起来。哎，我运气好点，哎，代码能 run， 但是我又怎么能保证我的输出能够跟测试用例是完美匹配的？所以在刷题这件事情上就有两大选择，要么我跟题目决战到天亮，我彻夜无眠。要么我跟刷题从此分手，
都已经谈到分手这么
是那么狠的，
这么狠的一个程度了哈。
对，
屏幕前的这个，特别是学生群体哈，大家有没有这样的一种感受？如果有的话，可以在评论区扣1，让我们看看这个感同身受的数量。那其实也想问问龙龙，如果当时给你一个许愿神灯，我们愿意给你一个实现愿望的机会，那你想说，哎，我想要什么样的一个刷题产品，或者说我向老天许愿，说给我一个什么样的陪伴呢？
其实作为产品经理啊，擅长的就是 YY。所以如果啊，我说如果在我当时刷题的时候，能有一位学霸陪着我，我跟他说什么，他能够第一时间回答我。我问他什么问题，他都耐心给我解答，从来不嫌我烦。甚至我还能要求他帮我看代码、讲代码、给例子，最好偶尔还能用些甜言蜜语来鼓励我。如果能实现的话，那确实是太美好了呀！
真的是做梦的程度哈，还有甜言蜜语这样的要求啊。
对，
性别卡得死吗？这个要求？
性别不卡，性别不卡。
这个龙龙的这个愿望有没有代表大家曾经想过的一些想法呢？或者符不符合大家对于刷题时候想要的陪伴的一个想象？我们曾经其实刚刚龙龙也提过啊，自己经历过一些黑暗的时刻。那这些黑暗的时刻，现在在刚刚讲的 AI 时代的命题之下，我们有没有一些解法？今天呢，其实我俩提前给大家过年了，
我们给大家送大礼。
我们请龙龙来一层一层的为我们拆开今天给大家准备的5年模拟、3年高考。
可以啊，那我就不卖关子了。走，我给大家介绍一下我的新型安眠药房 AI 刷题，从此我就再也不失眠了。首先，它的一个最大的配方是什么？它有强大的 AI 能力。那做题前我们要先看题，如果我们在题目上遇到了问题，或者是我读完题目之后没有思路，但我又想挣扎一下，怎么办？那么可以尝试请教一下 AI，或许 AI 给你的一层思路后，让你茅塞顿开。继续啊，那当你得到了 AI 的指点后，正准备把灵感转成代码，过程中你忘了某些算法怎么实现，怎么办？别急啊，不慌，千万别慌，你可以问问 AI。AI 耐心得很，你问问他 DFS 怎么实现，你问问他快排怎么写。那咱们继续啊。后来你在 AI 的帮助下，很顺利的写完了代码，结果运行时报错了。这个时候咱们更得沉得住气，因为什么？就差一步了。所以我们可以把这些脏活累活都让 AI 来做，让它帮你诊断，看看是你的语法问题还是逻辑问题。这点不得不说，我们 Moscow 的 AI 做的确实是非常不错的。行，你经历了千辛万苦，终于把代码搞定了，心里开始有些成就感了啊！我要开始膨胀了，因为什么？我要看代码，我要看答案。巧了呀，这个时候你也可以问问 AI， 它刚好就懂，它甚至还能够帮你看你的代码跟答案的代码有什么差异，会为你做很细致的解释，让你能够更快的学习到不同算法之间的差异。这一套组合拳下来，以前我是通宵不睡，现在至少我能保证6个小时的睡眠了。那6个小时怎么够呢？别急啊，我们还有第二道配方，我们还给大家提供了非常强大的 IDE， 让你刷题也很爽。目前我们已经支持了 Python、Java 和 Go 语言在内的8大热门语言。在 IDE 里，你可以轻松的运行我们的代码，并且可以通过 debug 能力去快速的识别和定位到问题。更美妙的是什么？更美妙的是，我们还提供了智能的语法检测、一键格式化、自动保存等等等等，让你更加关注在刷题的场景，那些琐碎的事情我们都帮你去做了。那现在终于我能够睡满7个小时了，但科学告诉我要睡满8个小时，所以我还有最后一道配方。对，我们要刷，但我们不能干刷，所以我们在第1期就上线了数百道大厂真题，覆盖了10几种考点，还开放了支持 Python 和 Java 在内的判题能力。虽然现在偶尔我们还会遇到一些判题失误的小意外，不过一切都会越来越好的。 后续我们会去完善整个题库的数量，去强化我们判题的准确性。其实这3道猛药一下来，妥妥8个小时没问题了。这就是咱们的第1道大礼。现在我们的 AI 刷题已经面向全网开放，免费又好用，还等什么呢？快来练吧！
谢谢龙龙绘声绘色的解译啊，
是不是有点硬广啊？这个
产品经理当然要为自己的产品争取用户啦。但
OK
其实龙龙之前也是程序员嘛，这个时代的美妙之处就是我们可以作为程序员，然后用产品经理的身份去为曾经的自己，或者现在的自己，甚至是未来的自己做一款更舒服的产品。所以刚刚龙龙的讲述中有激动，然后也有一些紧张，毕竟是一个产品经理对着很多程序员在讲说啊，大家弹幕也轻喷哈，
第一次出道，第一次出道。
对，大家可以把自己关于刷题的一些想法诉求在评论区告诉我们，我们不要错过给产品经理提需求的这个机会。龙龙其实刚刚提到啊，通过各种的优化，我们能睡到8个小时了。
是的。
那你自己想的终局是想睡多久？
我在高3的时候，我的物理老师在我们的黑板上写了一句话，我印象特别深刻：生前何必多睡，死后自会长眠。我一直都记在心里，所以现在我的睡眠时间比较短，但是我还是奉劝在座的大家还是要尽可能的多睡觉，身体第一啊，身体第一。
果然是年轻人哈。刚刚其实我们更多的带入的也是学生的角色，说我们在求职的过程中，正好现在也是秋招的季节，不知道大家开奖开得如何，也祝福大家能有好的 offer。刚刚聊到了刷题的这个前世今生，如果我们再扩大一下范围哈，我们来聊一聊，龙龙你现在工作几年了？
满4年。
4年哈，我们就从刚刚这个学生的身份进行一个角色转换啊。我们现在带入一下工作了4年的职场马喽的这个角色哈，你现在主要会考虑的是什么呢？
作为一名职业的马喽，你要保持持续的学习，所以现在 AI 非常火，我就很需要或者很想要去学一些跟 AI 相关的课程来加速我的入门。但是在之前，我只能在 B 站上去看视频，然后照搬视频里面的代码一个个敲，所以这个过程其实会非常的麻烦，很复杂。所以我会遇到3大问题啊。第一个问题就是在什么地方能够让我快速的找到高质量的学习，我只要学1次就好了，我不用学第2次。第二个就是这些新的项目它代表的新的知识领域，我要重新的去构建一套环境。大家如果有过分布式的大环境的经验，你会知道其实是非常痛苦的，所以我会卡在这里，我会花很多时间去做。第3个就是奇怪的是，为什么视频里的教程它能跑得通，而我把它搬过来到我的环境里，我却跑不通？所以基本上这3个问题啊，找资源啊、配环境，以及去 debug 这种所谓的官方课程的代码的时候，就会成为了我学习中的3座不可避免大山。
真的顺着刚刚龙龙这个生前何必久睡的这个梗啊，确实很卷啊。我记得我每天看他的日程，很早的时候就会有一个会议，我跟他聊的时候，我说这个日程干嘛的？他说我还在学习一些新的东西，所以就刚刚讲了3座大山，现在我们有没有探索出一些去翻越这3座大山的办法呢？
那肯定是有的，我从来不打没有准备的仗啊！我相信屏幕前的大家也跟我一样，是一个追求效率的人才啊，大家都是人才。于是我们为一群热爱学习、追求效率的小伙伴推出了一款实验性的产品，这就是我接下来要跟大家介绍的第2份大礼，我们的 AI 链中学。那么来看看我们是怎么通过 AI 链中学来提高学习效率的吧。首先，我们用了专业的 IDE 来激活整个课程，我们针对每一个已经适配的课程准备了开箱即用的代码环境，你在课程里看代码，在云 IDE 里面轻松的把它运行起来，所以你不需要再去做那些任何的环境配置，那是非常痛苦的事情。你上来就能够直接体验到课程的精华，你不需要再像以前一样在新手村里面去摸爬滚打，在 AI 链中学的辅助之下，出了新手村，你就能够直接开启我们的打怪升级之路。还有，在整个学习过程中，你肯定会遇到一些不懂的问题，没有人是全能的，对不对？以前我们怎么做呀？我们会去跳出课本，跳出课程，去到外面搜索，回来去比对。现在不需要了，我们把这个体验做得更加极致。这一次，我们直接让 AI 化身成助教，我们嵌到课程里。你有什么不懂的？千万别害羞，你就直接问我们的 AI， 我们的 AI 知无不言，言无不尽。其实整个体验下来会非常的丝滑。那其实 AI 链中学是我们在整个编程学习场景中的一种新尝试，所以我们非常欢迎大家前来体验，多给我们提建议。最后，靠谱的产品经理总会有一句靠谱的口头禅，那就是有问题随时找我。
大家好，我是肉肉。
Hello，大家好呀，很高兴能够在1024这么重要的节日跟大家见面。我叫龙龙。
龙龙呢是我们豆包 Masco 团队的产品经理。今天呢我一定会控制住产品经理不给各位程序员提这个需求。然后其实今天我是提着产品经理来给大家送礼的。除了刚刚耿稳提到的直播间8点钟会开始的大礼之外，我们其实也准备了类似5年高考3年模拟这样类型的一个礼物给到大家。那我们先祝大家1024节日快乐。说起来，今天好像也应该是我自己的节日哈，因为我自己是计算机专业毕业的。2024年我已经毕业10年了。那会儿为了考试啊，或者为了准备面试啊，我甚至手抄过代码，或者在这个冲刺刷题啊等等的，这样去让自己赶紧拾起丢弃的一些知识啊。不知道龙龙有没有这样的经历？
那肯定是有的。实不相瞒，我年轻的时候也算得上是一位英俊潇洒、热爱学习的计算机专业的学生。我也跟屏幕前的大家一样，为了学习、为了考试、为了求职，有过一段段找题、刷题，然后被题虐，再回来找题、刷题。那些岁月，说实话，是我为数不多比较阴暗的时刻，因为太深刻了，太挫败了。我还记得每一次我去下定决心去做题的时候，我都会在心里跟自己讲，这道题我一定得给它 A 掉，不 A 我不睡觉。可现实是啥？现实从来都是很骨感的。有些时候我甚至都看不懂代码，看不懂题目，题目里面的每一个文字似乎我都认识，怎么它连起来我就读不懂了呢？即使我能读懂代码，读懂题目，我好像也没办法把它写出来。哪怕我把代码写出来了，似乎它也不能够正常的跑起来。我运气好点，代码能 run， 但是我又怎么能保证我的输出能够跟测试用例是完美匹配的？所以在刷题这件事情上就有2大选择，要么我跟题目决战到天亮，我彻夜无眠，要么我跟刷题从此分手。
都已经谈到分手这么
是那么狠的，
这么狠的一个程度了哈。
对，
屏幕前的这个特别是学生群体哈，大家有没有这样的一种感受？如果有的话，可以在评论区扣1，让我们看看这个感同身受的数量。那其实也想问问龙龙，如果当时给你一个许愿神灯，我们愿意给你一个实现愿望的机会，那你想说，我想要什么样的一个刷题产品，或者说我向老天许愿，说给我一个什么样的陪伴呢？
其实作为产品经理擅长的就是 YY， 所以如果我说如果在我当时刷题的时候能有一位学霸陪着我，我跟他说什么他能够第一时间回答我，我问他什么问题他都耐心给我解答，从来不嫌我烦，甚至我还能要求他帮我看代码、讲代码、给例子，最好偶尔还能用些甜言蜜语来鼓励我。如果能实现的话，那确实是太美好了呀！
真的是做梦的程度哈，还有甜言蜜语这样的要求啊。
对，
性别卡得死吗？这个要求？
性别不卡，性别不卡。
这个龙龙的这个愿望有没有代表大家曾经想过的一些想法呢？或者符不符合大家对于刷题时候想要的陪伴的一个想象？我们曾经其实刚刚龙龙也提过自己经历过一些黑暗的时刻。那这些黑暗的时刻，现在在刚刚讲的 AI 时代的命题之下，我们有没有一些解法？今天呢，其实我俩提前给大家过年了，
我们给大家送大礼。
我们请龙龙来一层一层的为我们拆开今天给大家准备的5年模拟、3年高考。
可以啊，那我就不卖关子了，走，我给大家介绍一下我的新型安眠药房 AI 刷题，从此我就再也不失眠了。首先，它的一个最大的配方是什么？它有强大的 AI 能力。那做题前我们要先看题，如果我们在题目上遇到了问题，或者是我读完题目之后没有思路，但我又想挣扎一下，怎么办？那么可以尝试请教一下 AI， 或许 AI 给你的一些思路后，让你茅塞顿开。继续啊，那当你得到了 AI 的指点后，正准备把灵感转成代码，过程中你忘了某些算法怎么实现，怎么办？别急不慌，千万别慌，你可以问问 AI。AI 耐心得很，你问问他 DFS 怎么实现，你问问他快排怎么写。那咱们继续后来你在 AI 的帮助下，很顺利的写完了代码，结果运行时报错了。这个时候咱们更得沉得住气，因为什么？就差一步了。所以我们可以把这些脏活累活都让 AI 来做，让它帮你诊断，看看是你的语法问题还是逻辑问题。这点不得不说，我们 Masco 的 AI 做的确实是非常不错的。行，你经历了千辛万苦，终于把代码搞定了，心里开始有些成就感了我要开始膨胀了。因为什么？我要看代码，我要看答案。巧了呀，这个时候你也可以问问 AI， 它刚好就懂，它甚至还能够帮你看你的代码跟答案的代码有什么差异。 会为你做很细致的解释，让你能够更快的学习到不同算法之间的差异。这一套组合拳下来，以前我是通宵不睡，现在至少我能保证6个小时的睡眠了。那6个小时怎么够呢？别急啊，我们还有第二道配方，我们还给大家提供了非常强大的 IDE，让你刷题也很爽。目前我们已经支持了 Python、Java 和 Go 语言在内的8大热门语言。在 IDE 里，你可以轻松的运行我们的代码，并且可以通过 debug 能力去快速的识别和定位到问题。更美妙的是什么？更美妙的是，我们还提供了智能的语法检测、一键格式化、自动保存等等等等，让你更加关注在刷题的场景，那些琐碎的事情我们都帮你去做了。那现在终于我能够睡满7个小时了，但科学告诉我要睡满8个小时，所以我还有最后一道配方。对，我们要耍，但我们不能干耍，所以我们在第1期就上线了数百道大厂真题，覆盖了10几种考点，还开放了支持 Python 和 Java 在内的判题能力。虽然现在偶尔我们还会遇到一些判题失误的小意外，不过一切都会越来越好的。后续我们会去完善整个题库的数量，去强化我们判题的准确性。其实这3道猛药一下来，妥妥8个小时没问题了。这就是咱们的第1道大礼。现在我们的 AI 刷题已经面向全网开放，免费又好用，还等什么呢？快来练吧！
谢谢龙龙绘声绘色的演绎啊，
是不是有点硬广啊？这个
产品经理当然要为自己的产品争取用户啦。但其实龙龙之前也是程序员嘛，这个时代的美妙之处就是我们可以作为程序员，然后用产品经理的身份去为曾经的自己，或者现在的自己，甚至是未来的自己做一款更舒服的产品。所以刚刚龙龙的讲述中有激动，然后也有一些紧张，毕竟是一个产品经理对着很多程序员在讲说啊，大家弹幕也轻喷哈，
第一次出道，第一次出道。
对，大家可以把自己关于刷题的一些想法诉求在评论区告诉我们，我们不要错过给产品经理提需求的这个机会。龙龙其实刚刚提到啊，通过各种的优化，我们能睡到8个小时了。
是的。
那你自己想的终局是想睡多久？
我在高3的时候，我的物理老师在我们的黑板上写了一句话，我印象特别深刻：生前何必多睡，死后自会长眠。
哇塞，
我一直都记在心里，所以现在我的睡眠时间比较短，但是我还是奉劝在座的大家还是要尽可能的多睡觉，身体第一啊，身体第一。
果然是年轻人哈。刚刚其实我们更多的带入的也是学生的角色，说我们在求职的过程中，正好现在也是秋招的季节，不知道大家开奖开的如何，也祝福大家能有好的 offer。刚刚聊到了刷题的这个前世今生，如果我们再扩大一下范围哈，我们来聊一聊，龙龙你现在工作几年了？
满4年。
4年哈，我们就从刚刚这个学生的身份进行一个角色转换啊。我们现在带入一下工作了4年的职场马喽的这个角色哈。你现在主要会考虑的是什么呢？
作为一名职业的马喽，你要保持持续的学习。所以现在 AI 非常火，我就很需要或者很想要去学一些跟 AI 相关的课程来加速我的入门。但是在之前，我只能在 B 站上去看视频，然后照搬视频里面的代码一个个敲，所以这个过程其实会非常的麻烦，很复杂。所以我会遇到3大问题啊。第一个问题就是在什么地方能够让我快速的找到高质量的学习，我只要学1次就好了，我不用学第2次。第二个就是这些新的项目它代表的新的知识领域，我要重新的去构建一套环境。大家如果有过分布式的大环境的经验，你会知道其实是非常痛苦的，所以我会卡在这里，我会花很多时间去做。第3个就是奇怪的是，为什么视频里的教程它能跑得通，而我把它搬过来到我的环境里，我就跑不通？所以基本上这3个问题啊，找资源啊，配环境，以及去 debug 这种所谓的官方课程的代码的时候，就会成为了我学习中的3座不可避免大山。
真的顺着刚刚龙龙这个生前何必久睡的这个梗啊，确实很卷啊。我记得我每天看他的日程，很早的时候就会有一个会议，我跟他聊的时候，我说这个日程干嘛的？他说我还在学习一些新的东西。所以就刚刚讲了3座大山，现在我们有没有探索出一些去翻越这3座大山的办法呢？
那肯定是有的，我从来不打没有准备的仗啊！我相信屏幕前的大家也跟我一样，是一个追求效率的人才啊，大家都是人才。于是我们为一群热爱学习、追求效率的小伙伴推出了一款实验性的产品，这就是我接下来要跟大家介绍的第2份大礼，我们的 AI 链中选 那么来看看我们是怎么通过 AI 链中学来提高学习效率的吧。首先，我们用了专业的 IDE 来激活整个课程，我们针对每一个已经适配的课程准备了开箱即用的代码环境，你在课程里看代码，在云 IDE 里面轻松的把它运行起来，所以你不需要再去做那些任何的环境配置，那是非常痛苦的事情。你上来就能够直接体验到课程的精华，你不需要再像以前一样在新手村里面去摸爬滚打，在 AI 链中学的辅助之下，出了新手村，你就能够直接开启我们的打怪升级之路。还有，在整个学习过程中，你肯定会遇到一些不懂的问题，没有人是全能的，对不对？以前我们怎么做呀？我们会去跳出课本，跳出课程，去到外面搜索，回来去比对。现在不需要了，我们把这个体验做得更加极致。这一次，我们直接让 AI 化身成助教，我们嵌到课程里。你有什么不懂的，千万别害羞，你就直接问我们的 AI， 我们的 AI 知无不言，言无不尽。其实整个体验下来会非常的丝滑。那其实 AI 链中学是我们在整个编程学习场景中的一种新尝试，所以我们非常欢迎大家前来体验，多给我们提建议。最后，靠谱的产品经理总会有一句靠谱的口头禅，那就是有问题随时找我。
大家好，我是肉肉。
Hello，大家好呀，很高兴能够在1024这么重要的节日跟大家见面。我叫龙龙。
龙龙呢是我们豆包 Masco 团队的产品经理。今天呢我一定会控制住产品经理不给各位程序员提这个需求。然后其实今天我是提着产品经理来给大家送礼的。除了刚刚滚滚提到的直播间8点钟会开始的大礼之外，我们其实也准备了类似5年高考3年模拟这样类型的一个礼物给到大家。那我们先祝大家1024节日快乐。说起来，今天好像也应该是我自己的节日哈，因为我自己是计算机专业毕业的。2024年我已经毕业10年了。那会儿为了考试啊，或者为了准备面试啊，我甚至手抄过代码，或者在这个冲刺刷题啊等等的，这样去让自己赶紧拾起丢弃的一些知识啊。不知道龙龙有没有这样的经历？
那肯定是有的。实不相瞒，我年轻的时候也算得上是一位英俊潇洒、热爱学习的计算机专业的学生。我也跟屏幕前的大家一样，为了学习、为了考试、为了求职，有过一段段找题、刷题，然后被题虐，再回来找题、刷题，那些岁月，说实话，是我为数不多比较阴暗的时刻，因为太深刻了，太挫败了。我还记得每一次我去下定决心去做题的时候，我都会在心里跟自己讲，这道题我一定得给它 A 掉，不 A 我不睡觉。可现实是啥？现实从来都是很骨感的。有些时候我甚至都看不懂代码，看不懂题目，题目里面的每一个文字似乎我都认识，怎么它连起来我就读不懂了呢？即使我能读懂代码，读懂题目，我好像也没办法把它写出来。哪怕我把代码写出来了，似乎它也不能够正常的跑起来。哎，我运气好点，哎，代码能 run， 但是我又怎么能保证我的输出能够跟测试用例是完美匹配的？所以在刷题这件事情上就有2大选择，要么我跟题目决战到天亮，我彻夜无眠；要么我跟刷题从此分手。
都已经谈到分手这么
是那么狠的，
这么狠的一个程度了哈。
对，
屏幕前的这个，特别是学生群体哈，大家有没有这样的一种感受？如果有的话，可以在评论区扣1，让我们看看这个感同身受的数量。那其实也想问问龙龙，如果当时给你一个许愿神灯，我们愿意给你一个实现愿望的机会，那你想说，哎，我想要什么样的一个刷题产品，或者说我向老天许愿，说给我一个什么样的陪伴呢？
其实作为产品经理擅长的就是 YY， 所以如果我说如果在我当时刷题的时候，能有一位学霸陪着我，我跟他说什么，他能够第一时间回答我，我问他什么问题，他都耐心给我解答，从来不嫌我烦，甚至我还能要求他帮我看代码、讲代码、给例子，最好偶尔还能用些甜言蜜语来鼓励我。如果能实现的话，那确实是太美好呀，
真的是做梦的程度哈。还有甜言蜜语这样的要求啊。
对，
性别卡得死吗？这个要求
性别不卡，性别不卡。
这个龙龙的这个愿望有没有代表大家曾经想过的一些想法呢？或者符不符合大家对于刷题时候想要的陪伴的一个想象？我们曾经其实刚刚龙龙也提过自己经历过一些黑暗的时刻。那这些黑暗的时刻，现在在刚刚讲的 AI 时代的命题之下，我们有没有一些解法？今天呢，其实我俩提前给大家过年了，
我们给大家送大礼。
我们请龙龙来一层一层的为我们拆开今天给大家准备的5年模拟、3年高考。
可以啊，那我就不卖关子了，走，我给大家介绍一下我的新型安眠药房 AI 刷题，从此我就再也不失眠了。首先， 它的一个最大的配方是什么？它有强大的 AI 能力。那做题前我们要先看题，如果我们在题目上遇到了问题，或者是我读完题目之后没有思路，但我又想挣扎一下，怎么办？那么可以尝试请教一下 AI，或许 AI 给你的一些思路后，让你茅塞顿开。继续啊，那当你得到了 AI 的指点后，正准备把灵感转成代码，过程中你忘了某些算法怎么实现，怎么办？别急啊，不慌，千万别慌。你可以问问 AI，AI 耐心的很，你问问他 DFS 怎么实现，你问问他快排怎么写。那咱们继续啊。后来你在 AI 的帮助下，很顺利的写完了代码，结果运行时报错了。这个时候咱们更得沉得住气，因为什么？就差一步了。所以我们可以把这些脏活累活都让 AI 来做，让它帮你诊断，看看是你的语法问题还是逻辑问题。这点不得不说，我们 Moscow 的 AI 做的确实是非常不错的。行，你经历了千辛万苦，终于把代码搞定了，心里开始有些成就感了啊！我要开始膨胀了，因为什么？我要看代码，我要看答案。巧了呀，这个时候你也可以问问 AI，它刚好就懂，它甚至还能够帮你看你的代码跟答案的代码有什么差异，会为你做很细致的解释，让你能够更快的学习到不同算法之间的差异。这一套组合拳下来，以前我是通宵不睡，现在至少我能保证6个小时的睡眠了。那6个小时怎么够呢？别急啊，我们还有第二道配方，我们还给大家提供了非常强大的 IDE，让你刷题也很爽。目前我们已经支持了 Python、Java 和 Go 语言在内的8大热门语言。在 IDE 里，你可以轻松的运行我们的代码，并且可以通过 debug 能力去快速的识别和定位到问题。更美妙的是什么？更美妙的是，我们还提供了智能的语法检测、一键格式化、自动保存等等等等。让你更加关注在刷题的场景，那些琐碎的事情我们都帮你去做了。那现在终于我能够睡满7个小时了，但科学告诉我要睡满8个小时，所以我还有最后一道配方。对，我们要刷，但我们不能干刷，所以我们在第一期就上线了数百道大厂真题，覆盖了10几种考点。还开放了支持 Python 和 Java 在内的判题能力。虽然现在偶尔我们还会遇到一些判题失误的小意外，不过一切都会越来越好的。后续我们会去完善整个题库的数量，去强化我们判题的准确性。其实这3道猛药一下来，妥妥8个小时没问题了。这就是咱们的第一道大礼。现在我们的 AI 刷题已经面向全网开放，免费又好用，还等什么呢？快来练吧！
谢谢龙龙绘声绘色的解译啊，
是不是有点硬广啊？这个
产品经理当然要为自己的产品争取用户啦。但其实龙龙之前也是程序员嘛，这个时代的美妙之处就是我们可以作为程序员，然后用产品经理的身份去为曾经的自己，或者现在的自己，甚至是未来的自己做一款更舒服的产品。所以刚刚龙龙的讲述中有激动，然后也有一些紧张，毕竟是一个产品经理对着很多程序员在讲说啊，大家弹幕也轻喷哈，
第一次出道，第一次出道，
对，大家可以。
Welcome to the AI for Developer Meetup, hosted by ByteDance Open Source. I'm Tina's AI avatar, and I'm excited to guide you through this event filled with great discussions and networking opportunities. Hello and welcome, everyone. I'm your virtual host for this evening. We're thrilled to have you join us for an exciting lineup of events. Please take this time to complete your registration and mingle with fellow attendees. Grab a refreshment, make new connections, and get ready for an inspiring evening. We'll be starting promptly at 6 p.m. Just a friendly reminder, our program begins in 15 minutes. If you haven't registered yet, please do so at the front desk. Looking forward to seeing you all soon. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here tonight. To kick things off, we have a special welcome and Ask Me Anything session with some of the brightest minds in AI. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Jenny Chan, co-founder and CEO of AI Waves, Kundan Karthval from Google, Noah Otero from Coase, and Tina Tsao from ByteDance Open Source. They're here to share their insights and answer your questions. Let's get started.
Ask me anything， 问我任何问题 session 半个小时。No, no, ask three of us. You just say ask three of us. Any questions about Aveta, about Nephew and the upcoming AI hackathon, and anything about open source from ByteDance. Don't be shy. We need somebody to break the ice. Joyce?
Ask a difficult question to Tina.
Yeah. Maybe, Joyce or Maggie?
Asking questions?
Yeah, ask any questions. Ask me anything. You have 15 minutes. Oh, go ahead.
What's happening new with LLM agents at Google?
Yeah, Michael. Another microphone for phone. We have 4 microphones, right?
Yeah. Anything new with LLM agents at Google? Because Notebook LLM has been very good. I've been using it a lot. So quite interested to know if there is anything else.
I'm here to represent a project called Nephew, which I'm going to present to today. Sorry, I could not answer LLM specific question. So I think within a few minutes after our presentation, I will present about Nephew and I will introduce the project. This is an open source project.
Okay.
I'm happy to discuss the areas related to that.
Okay. Thank you.
Other questions? Feel free to grab some pizza since it's still warm. Where's the pizza? It's on the back, I think, right? The pizza on the back. And I think we have some technical issues for the drink to come. And so just go there and grab some drink outside. Pretend you're employee something. Don't say I say it. Any other questions? Like questions for, so today we were using the avatar. Like any questions for the avatar? How do you happen magically?
How did you build the avatar?
The question was, how did you build the avatar?
Myself or
How
other?
how the song process?
Okay. As after 30 minutes, I have a speech. I talk how to build avatar and how to use the avatar to do anything. Yeah. Maybe next part, I will give the detailed extension.
Yeah, question?
How many
one
labels
second, then.
they, oh, I need to stand up and use my
Because the people can hear you.
How many data label you usually train for the model?
In avatar?
Yeah.
This avatar we train use the open source from the Meta, and we often also use the GPTs4 and to analyze some data. And the special avatar is you can just like to talk with avatar, you can train your avatar because every day, every interaction, you can change the memory of the avatar and build a knowledge base with avatar. And if you want to change avatar to another thing, you just change the prompt to change the knowledge. So the model is from the open source. We just fine tuning for our model, and all the special is so we want to use the user interaction, the avatar, and just like creating and training. Yeah, understand?
Yeah, if it's open source, so that means your avatar will be pretty much the same as all the other product, like all the other who use open source as well.
Oh, we use the llama. What's the question? Sorry.
Okay, I just want to see what's anything technique, I mean unique and
Unique.
yeah,
Unique is we want to. Do you know in the marketing, meaning the ChatGPT, like ChatGPT, just language. We want to action, visual action, because we want to use the text to action and to just like to allow people just like me. So it is we want to turn the language to action, visual action. We call this emotional intelligence avatar, and he has a behavior. She can make friends with you, and he can expression your culture, and she can build the virtual world.
so it's like emotional. That's your unique selling point, right? So
Yes,
companion.
we call this emotion intelligence, just like the human, our character in the gaming. So we call this AI gaming avatar.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
I probably have a question. So what differentiate you and your competitors? Why should I use your persona versus others?
Other companies, competitors?
Yeah, if you have any competitors in the market.
Yes, we have many competitors because many people, many companies that develops their AI agent and some AI companion, and we want to focus on. We want to make this avatar just like social identity. So we combine all the avatar together, just like all of the community that can combine together use the AI avatar. Just like we call this avatar is social identity, just like everyone can extension of yourself. So it is the most different because many companies just chatbot, and you just talk with avatar. They can't communication with others. So I think it's very if the talk with avatar. Avatar can't to search with from other people's, can't get language, get information from other friend. So the avatar maybe is every day you talk, you think it's very boring, just because they have no knowledge. So they're best different. We want to connect all of the avatar together, just like the MMO social gaming. Yes, it's the most important. And the second is the most marketing to avatar that focus on the language. We want to in the future to focus on the text to the virtual world. We want to the visual, just like the virtual world. You can live in here. You can connect with your fans, with your friend, and so on. So there's 2 points. I confounded a competitor from their marketing, because most avatars, they are video avatar. They just can give a video, but my avatar can interaction directly, and as soon as possible, you can just like you talk with a friend, and the second is the text to the virtual world. I think this is very difficult technology. We are developing for this, but in the future, we want to, if the avatar want to have another lifestyle, you can see the avatar living a virtual world in the future. Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi. You just mentioned that your model is based on Llama. So it means that you run on the cloud. So how is delay for your avatar?
How delay?
The latency.
Latency, yeah.
Latency. Sorry.
I mean,
No. When the token is very long, as long, so some the time is need long time, but we develop this the speed as soon as possible, as soon as possible. So you can experience it. Just 1 second.
1 second.
Yes,
Okay.
1 second.
Thank you.
Open source?
Yes, open source.
Yes.
Yes, open source. May I ask, actually 1 second is like a lot, right?
Yes. Recently the ChatGPT, they opened the new voice to voice. I think because voice to voice just like end to end, just the technology. Maybe I think it is very we want to try to use it. Maybe the speed will quickly. So because we want ASR and go to the asked question from the AI and the TTS, meaning, and we want to search the knowledge, we want to, and to manage progress. I think one thing is good, it's good. But we are doing to try to use the ChatGPT's the new platform, voice to voice. Maybe it can speed up. You can try it.
Thank you.
We have 4 minutes left for questions.
Any more questions?
Yes. Kato, right? Oh, okay. I saw you raising your hand. So I can answer any questions about open source and ByteDance, and Jenny answer questions about AI waves, and Kendon can answer any question about nephew and upcoming AI hackathons. Like any particular things you want to hear from today's talk, let us know. And since, yeah, I would suggest use this 3-4 minutes to grab some pizza, because once started the talking, you'll be getting hungry for both knowledge and the food. And there are some fantastic, yeah, help yourself.
我记得我是6点半。其实我的2号我待会儿替我讲的，但是我就刚才没讲，待会儿跟主题。
挺好的。
对，待会儿7点钟上。当时我建词优嘛和那个文章的写很清楚。
你看他问的是 black 就说他的题目
没有，就是因为它是跑在云端的，它是一个 app 跟这个云端交互的。latency 足够大的话，体验就很好。如果它是从1秒，其实还
对1秒到5秒我都能用。
5秒有点不行，1秒。
那当然，现在已经increase 我们的 patient。I mean, we no longer want to wait. I get it. 上次有见到你是不是？上次你也在。
反正我来过几次，但是我不知道。
哦。
你是做什么的？
我是做product marketing manager。
OK，eBay。电车。OK，nice。
Store。
你们为什么来这样呀？会。
哦，我是学 data science， 所以我对 AI， 我对 machine learning AI 特别很爱这方面。我很喜欢，可不可以 AI 代替我去做好多我不想要做的事情？
一部分吧。
比如说 robotic， 可不可以帮我？现在我用 ChatGPT 还有 Gemini， 学它的 prompting， 我想要他们帮我写很多 email。
这个应该可以。
但是
现在状态的废话很多。就他们这些模型的废话很多嘛。
对，就是会把它很长。那你是做什么的呀？
我是做那个实时音视频这一块传输的。
为什么？
我就 build 的一些，比如说你要直播，你要跟很多 AI 互动，其实它那个端和后端那里就要传输嘛。所以我刚问他delay大概多少，就是我们主要做这一块的。然后其实我们刚提到那个 OpenAI 的那个 real-time API 嘛，其实我们跟他也有partner，就是也 build 一些方案。
That's awesome。
我们这段做连接，传输连接就怎么样去 build 更好的 real-time 的体验。
外面有咖啡，但是我不知道你们会不会。
Before we start, can we take a group photo? We have visitors here. Some people may leave early.
Something I got used to during COVID. 我也会讲华语。
我怕你等下你要走。Can everyone go to the front?
是学那个 UX， 我现在就是找工作。
Before we get started, can everybody come to the front? We take a group photo because I'm afraid some people will leave early. So Maggie, Joyce, can you come to the front end? And Maggie, where's the Miss America?
Oh, I wish.
Miss Chinese America?
No, I'm Miss San Francisco Chinatown.
Yeah. This is the Miss San Francisco Chinatown.
Yeah, but
say something.
But it's not about me today. It's about AI.
Come and have a group photo.
But thanks everybody. Please come over so we can take a picture together. We want to be time efficient, right?
Yeah.
And we wanted to have networking event together. So let's just come up and then take a group photo, and then we can networking and get started. Thank you.
The best MC. Yeah. Stop fighting. Come over. Yeah. That's like we usually take photo before the food got consumed. Let me go and grab a colleague outside to take. No. You should be in the center.
I am center.
用我的多好，用人像还是合照？拍照还是合照？ 就可以选的吗？不是，我就叫个别的同事，你要在吗？或者我俩，我去外面抓一个人。
这手机是华为的。
Thank you. It's a 马面裙. It's actually very popular. Yeah.
这是微服天
回来。
Yeah.
Hi Wilson. Come on in. Come on in. Good photo. Do you want to be at the center here? Usually the people that's like very confident, they walk the latest.
Okay. You can help.
Yeah, got it.
Okay.
Right. 3, 2, 1, cheese.
Cheese.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I got multiple ones, so.
好，谢谢您。
This is the second time. Second time. Oh, okay.
Okay, now play your avatar. Play in the avatar.
page.
没有下一个 page，我们就是那个吗？不是，就是你放下下一个 page，tag 对，然后千万不要。4。
Thank you, Jenny, Kundan, No, and
stop.
Tina, for
Take
that
3.
enlightening discussion. We appreciate your time and valuable insights.
Sorry, there's an AI, not really real people. Take 3, sorry.
Take 3, right?
Why don't you look at the script? So this is some space we need to improve. Fully AI. Not today is 90% of AI.
I'm sorry, Bo-chan, but it seems we've already opened with take number 3. Let's dive further into the scheduled program, or we can discuss other exciting topics. What interests you the most right now?
You just try take.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jenny, Kundan, No, and Tina,
Oh, yeah.
for that enlightening discussion. We appreciate your time and valuable insights.
Then take 5. Then take 5.
Up next, we have an exciting demo and presentation from none other than Jenny Chan. She'll be showcasing the latest innovations from AI Wave. Prepare to be inspired by the future of AI technology.
Hello, hello. Okay. Very happy to enjoy this event, and I will share, and I want to explore a new social interaction in the area, because we want to, our company's vision is want to elevate the under, because in everyone's mindset, they have many wishes, many styles. They don't want to talk to other people. They want to another version of themselves. So we call this, all of this is under your mind. We want to use AI to elevate your under. So before this topic, I introduce myself, and I'm the AI Waves founder and the CEO, and I just moved here about more than half years and built a startup. The startup name is Aviv. Before I built a startup, I worked at the Chinese, the biggest social media. We call this WeChat. And this, I think, to every Chinese people that use the WeChat, because I work at WeChat about more than 10 years and witnessed the WeChat from the 0 to the 1 billion users. So, but about the 3 years, I found the WeChat users is many social pressure about the social persona. They just before the beginning of the WeChat, every users they like to share the moment every day, every time. But after 10 years, many people they don't want to launch what they don't want most moment, because the social pressure, social persona, and the many huge pressure. So the WeChat moment is many people that they don't want to share anything. And when I find this users have the count to expression themselves, I think maybe why they don't want to share anything, because they want to many kind of their persona. For example, you want to in the working, you want to work hard, and if you're in the family, you are want friendly, and if you meet your girlfriend, you are another kind of style. So I think many people have many kind of character persona to need. So I think it's okay. Can I use the AI technology to express your persona and use this persona to experience another lifestyle? So I've used this that. Oh, password. Okay. So why did I build this startup? I want to build the future of social identity, because the real identity you work on, my friend. You worked on the your real social identity, just the WeChat, Meta, and TikTok. Your different social identity, the different those identities lifestyle, and you want to play the gaming, and also you want to why you like playing gaming, because you want to experience another character person. So because the AI technology is growth up very fast. I think so. The AI technology can help you to elevate your extension, your self-expression. So we call this the featured social identity. Maybe this identity is driven by AI, but many the data, many the features is come from you. So let's explore this question: how to build the future social identity. And traditional social interaction identity, I just say much, because you just like the Twitter, the Meta, you just post some moment, and you like or comment, and you chat with a friend. So I think the gesture, I call this communication just send a message to another friend. And if you like this message, you can give the friend like, and you want to comment your this content, you give some comment. So I think this is very limited because the interaction shows very enriched. We want to enrich the social inspiration. And how do we use the AI wave to solve this problem? We want to everyone can personal AI avatar by yourself, and this avatar can evolve based on your interaction, and avatar can learn and grow with you together. And your avatar is driven by AI, so you can 24 hours to interaction with your friend avatar and your avatar. So every time you go to the network, you go to the AI web, you can find your friend avatar or others people's avatar. They're always online. And I think it's not just one avatar. It's just like extension of yourself. For example, for this speech, I have an avatar to prepare for my speech, but it because the not share on the screen, so I speak by myself. But my avatar, I input many speech topic with my avatar. My avatar can, instead of you to interaction and to speech, this speech. And I have built my avatar this tonight, but it's because the just one screen to share, so I speak by myself. So the avatar can help me to anything. And when I'm sleeping, maybe I'm an avatar. If I want my avatar to talk with other people, the avatar can do this. So I think it's not more than just avatar. It is just the virtual extension of yourself. And if anyone, they can build an avatar by themselves. And do you know the different interaction than before? Because in the traditional social interaction, you just like and comment. You like this post, you like this content. But if you build your avatar, and the avatar has your the personal from your training data, and you give the avatars some gaming rules. I think the interactions rules is 100% to change. We call this AI gaming because just like everyone, any users have the avatar, and we can use avatar to interaction with other. For example, we can play the gaming, and we can build the world, and just like the MMOs gaming. Do you know if you often to play the gaming? I call this social gaming because everyone have the extension of yourself. So many AI gaming can interaction. For example, we have the use your avatar battle with your friend. Also, we can use the avatar to dating simulation. If you like the girl, you can use avatar to dating with the avatar. Maybe they can matching the first, and if the matching is not very good, maybe you can create your word, your express, and so on. So you can use avatar to many AI gaming. We will give many AI gamings, and now we will give the AI battle or the live match. And in the future, we also in the future have the virtual cast, and just like the character play. And at the same time, we have the AI-driven dating simulation because you know the most the need for the every users, they want to look the girls, they want to express their loving with their friend. So we can use the AI to dating simulation, and you can try text compatibility, see the avatars can fall in love, and adding a new layer to the virtual interaction. And I think this is very fun and engagement. And maybe in the future, your avatar is your friend avatar is falling in love. You can look for the real person. And we also have some, I don't know why, a topic key, just like a battle. You can use avatar to battle with many people, many users, your friend, and you can battle with your boss and battle with the battle with many topic about hot topic. You can battle with the trap and every character. You can battle with them. Oh, I don't know why.
Maybe you wanna show it, is it PDF or PPT?
No, never mind, because I often use this. So, this page, sorry, because this is my iPad. This page is, I just want to show the difference, because a friend just asked me a question. The difference from the marketings, the avatars, and a companion. The most different is we want to change the language to the action, and the action is the visual. For example, if you love, maybe you can hug. If you want to, in the future, you want to get the pizza in the virtual world, and the real pizza will come on in your reality. So I think the avatar, not just the chatting, but also the emotion expression and the behavior expression. So we call this from language to the visual action. We want to develop all of this because we don't want to just chat with you. We want to see you. We want to see the interaction. We want to get the real feedback from the interaction. And many avatars that interaction directly and automatically. I think every day the avatar have the different stories. I think we call this creativity, because many avatars that talk with each other, the real person and the virtual person that talk to each other, many the knowledge, many the story. Many story that can generate by AI. So the AI's content generate, maybe you can use the image generation and the video generation, and you can post the content. This content, just we call this storytelling, connects with social media. For example, we can automatically to the Twitter. If your avatar do many things, they meet many, they fall in love, the battle is wins, and they feel sad, and many behaviors they can automatically to generate by and post on the Twitter or their Telegram and so on. So why the AI can generate story? We just use the AI generated technology, but the data, the behavior, and the story, all of coming from the user's emotion, user input, and the user's connection, relationship, and so on. So just like all of the avatar, just like the extension of the social gaming, and every day, every story, every new story we coming. So I think it's very interesting, and ending the social simulation maybe one day can coming. And for example, if one day I'm sad, I want to give some flower to a girl, but when of the AI avatars connection with each other and generate the knowledge, generate some information, and maybe tomorrow I found oh, I get the gift, or maybe I get some gift, or maybe I'm dead. So I don't know. I don't know what happened. We call this social simulation.
You want to save it as a PDF? Then
Yes. Oh. Oh, sorry. I can talk by my voice. And for the creator, for the developer, you know, the event is open source for many developers, creators. We want to develop many API and many tools. You can personalize your avatar, customize your avatar's behavior, music, and the voice, and the style, and the clothes, and the mindset. And you want avatar can talk the music story, and the avatar can they were loving. So I think we want to every character that can design their own avatar, and every day they can train your avatar, give some behavior, give some the data, and so on. So we call this the for the you in the future for the developer and creators, you know the TikTok that can use the video create for the show video, but in the future the creator can design the avatar and the for the avatars AI gaming rules, and just like Disney's avatar, every day they can see the avatar's behavior, just see the film. I think so. So it is a different experience, because in the video you just watch the video, you can't engagement with the people, you just watch video. But in the future, if you think the avatar identity is very interesting and the AI gaming is very interesting, you can directly engagement to this environment and interaction with them. And while interaction with the avatar, you can generate a new content. So I think in the future, the creator that show focus on the AI generated content, for example, the story, the gaming, the avatar, and so on. And at the same time, we also can give the AI avatar, meaning the earning tools, because the avatar can that they can personal data from the many the users. And if your features, if in the future many robotic that want to AI company robot, maybe you can use the avatar to give them. If many AI game, many gamers they want to use character, some characters are the gaming roles. Maybe you can use the avatar to do this. And we also go to the Web3 blockchains technology combined. We can use avatar to generate the meme coin, and they can generate many pictures, many content, and interaction. They can earn the token. So we call this we call use avatar just like the the money machine. And if you can create the very good, very popular avatar, and maybe in the future you can earn money, you can use the Web3 technology, and you also can generate your avatar to instead of a teacher or a companion and so on. So I think the avatar, just like extension yourself, you can earn money from the watch word. So we call this avatar. Maybe you can earn money, gives your marketing, and launch your coin in the future. So in the next step, we want to combine the avatar and the Web3 technology, blockchains, not technology, and we want users can earn money in the future. So this all of my topic expression. And if you have some question, you can ask some question.
Hi, sorry. I think launching coin in America is illegal.
Yes, but but the coin is generated by AI, and every operation automated by AI. And the coin, if you use the coin as meme coin, all of token belong to the users, so not belong to you. So it is legal. Yes, we have a partnership with the Telegram that can that launch the Telegram's avatar in the use the friend, and they said the avatar is very lonely. They want to have make friends in the Telegram, and the avatar can generate meme coin, and the avatar can automatically to operation from the Twitter every day. The Twitter's content that they can generate, so they can generate token and generate some the virtual assets, because all of this work from the virtual world. And for the Web3 partners, they're very easy to earn money from AI.
Thank you.
So you're planning to use memcoin. Memcoin in future? Are you planning to use
Oh, I just want to empower everyone can. If avatar have the culture, have the AI gaming, have the different style, and generate some book, so you can use the avatar to launch the token. We just empower many the Web3s, the partnership to do this, and we are a technology company. Okay. Because the TikTok, the creator, they create the video, and the TikTok will give some audience to the videos, and they can earn money from the videos and sell some good. But I think the AI is everywhere. They can go to Twitter, Facebook, your group, many areas. So we call this decentralized AI generate. So I think the Web3 tokens is best for the AI business model. But we would just want to empower the users can do this. And recently this month, many AI meme coin that have high high market cap. You can look for the for example the gold and many AI meme coin. They earn much money from the AI generate meme coin. And AI, the AI is generate AI is unpredictable, just like meme coin. So I think it's very super for the creators and developers to do this. And if they have, you don't know to operation anything. You just to launch the post content from the Twitter. And if many people want interaction with avatar, they can get the meaning the token from their users. So I think we will many virtual assets in the future, NFT and meme coin. You can use AI. It's very easy to do this. And every avatar, they connect each other, because the AI agent, they have the digital wallet. They can give the gifts. Maybe the gift is your coin, avatar coin. Because in the real identity, you bind the wallet, must use the ID. When we go to the ByteDance, then use my ID. So you come to transfer money with each other. You must make sure your identity. But the AI agent, they can use the digital wallet, and if your AI want to make friends and do some gamings, and they connect with the digital wallet, they can transfer the virtual assets directly. I think in the future it's very amazing business for the creators.
Cool. We are on time, and we play the avatar.
Wow, that was incredible. Thank you, Jenny, for sharing iWave's groundbreaking work with us. Now let's welcome Kundan Cartherville to the stage. He'll be discussing Nefio and sharing details about our upcoming AI hackathon. This is a fantastic opportunity to learn how you can get involved in cutting-edge AI projects. Over to you, Kundan.
So this is Kandan Kadirvel. I'm going to talk about a project called the Nefio. This is an open source project that Google has started with many other companies. And this project originally started to automate a lot of telecom related workloads. But the project is stepping into the areas of how do we automate a lot of Gen AI based workloads, and including provisioning the GPUs and provisioning the infrastructure that is needed to run the models, and also supporting the inferencing at the edge. And I want to deep dive like why we started this project, what is special, and a little bit more detail. As you all know that Google has like many applications that including YouTube, search, and the whole cloud infrastructure, and many more apps that we support billions of users. So one of the fundamental principle of this is how do we make automation more smarter, and automation can manage the cloud infrastructure and manage the application that you are deploying. For example, the previous speaker talked about avatars, and these sort of avatars you need to run somewhere. It could be a Kubernetes container, or it could be a model that is deployed somewhere in the cloud infrastructure. In order to run this in a large scale, you do need a like automation that basically makes sure that this completely being taken care by the automation itself in a large scale deployment. And the important aspect of it is that the automation need to be smart enough to take commands from the user and convert that into a set of configuration files that can apply and manage the entire automation of that infrastructure. That could be including the application. So we call it as an intent-based automation. And this even started before the Gen AI discussion started in the industry last couple of years, I would say. This is one of the things that Google has been having for a very long time for an internal use. Then we are bringing this into the open source community, so the community, the industry can benefit through this. So what is intent-based automation? So basically, as a user, you just tell the automation that, hey, I need a cloud infrastructure with the GPU. I want to deploy this model. I want to run this inferencing at the edge, and I need this much of capacity. I need this capacity under this condition. And for example, like you have an avatar or an AI bot, and you want to increase the capacity during Thanksgiving because you're supporting an application that is need to support the users for some shopping experience, and you want to increase the capacity, and you just want to tell the automation that, hey, be smarter and take my intent and run that intent into different configuration and manage yourself. And I think that's what this project is all about. And what we did is like we took some code from Google, and we open source that code into the Nefio. We call that as a seed code that we provided to the Nefio community, and the Nefio community has taken this and forward, and they are developing more with respect to this project. So these are the fundamental principles that we learned in Google over a period of time, and the fundamental principles is that you need an intent, basically, that is centralized, that allows you to manage the large scale deployment, and the distributed action. I think a lot of this deployment is going to be at the end user level, right? So when you say end user level, it is going to be at the edge, When you have it in edge, like there's going to be a large number of deployments that need to happen. Then there is a common systems. Basically, like if you think of like a application that you are deploying for many users in a large scale, you need to have a CI/CD. You need to have like a very uniformity around the application, unless it's very, very hard to manage. And accessibility of the code across all the developers, so that that application can be managed at the large scale. So these are the best principles that we have learned that allow you to scale better and simpler to manage, and extensible architecture that allows you to deploy in a large scale. So these are the principles that we brought into the Nefio community. You can see here, this is the mission that we had for this community when we started like 2 years before. And we wanted a zero-touch automation. Whatever the application we had to go deploy, this could be an avatar, it could be in a model, it could be in a container, it could be like a virtual machine. Whatever the application that you want to deploy in the infrastructure that uses like a CPU or a GPU or a TPU, you need to have an automation that goes and does this. And I think this is very simple when you have like a small startup with a few applications. But when you scale to a large number of applications, you want to support billions and billions of users, then the complexity of managing that entire infrastructure became more and more complex. And that's where the whole Nefio project come into place. So this is the simplified picture of the entire journey of this automation. That is basically automating in a cloud infrastructure. This could be in any multi-cloud. It doesn't need to be Google. If you use an open source project, you can actually use to automate many things. It could be a cloud infrastructure. It could be in a container that you are applying on the cloud infrastructure. And the application itself, like it could be any model, any avatar, any bot, or anything that you are deploying on top of it. And that basically is the entire portfolio of things that you would deploy into an infrastructure to support like a particular application. So this automation is meant to support that. The one important thing with respect to this automation is it uses Kubernetes, and everybody knows Kubernetes. Everybody uses Kubernetes. It uses a Kubernetes to automate everything as well. Okay, so this is the new thing. Like think of Kubernetes plus. So it adds something to the Kubernetes. So Kubernetes not only hosts the containers, but also you can use the Kubernetes to automate the entire infrastructure, the entire application on top of it. So what's the benefit of all this thing? Why would I do this? Right? So there's many automation in place. There is a Terraform. There is many other ways of doing. Like there is an Ansible. Like if you put all the automation in the world, like there's many methodologies available. Why would you do this way? Because the Kubernetes is a proven technology. Just by adding few things to it and basically writing like the CRDs and operators in it, it allows you to automate, and it primarily reduces the time to deploy and manage the entire application. The maintenance of it is also pretty complex, especially the day 2, day 3 problems. Once you deploy it, you need to upgrade it. You need to keep it updating it, and you want to make sure that it's more hands-off from the human being, so that the automation can take care of itself. And that's where Nefio project really helps a lot. So this is the community that I was talking about, and again, this is a Linux Foundation project. And if you guys know what the Linux Foundation is, there's many projects within Linux Foundation being supported, that including AI projects, and Infinity Edge is another project that Tina leads in the Linux Foundation Edge. So this is one of the Linux Foundation networking project, and you can see the set of people that are involved in. And this is like a couple of years of picture that the people they are working on in this community. Again, this is not an entire picture of it. We primarily started in 2022. So now it is 2024, and there are 3 releases already been out. The community is working on release 4. So right now, like there's a lot of discussion happening about how do you use Gen AI, and how do you use Gen AI to really automate it, and also how do you use the automation to automate Gen AI. These are the 2 different discussions that's happening in the community, which I will talk that in a minute. So this is to show you that who's been involved in this project. You can actually type in fio.org. Then you can see a lot of companies been involved. A lot of major companies are cloud infrastructure companies, and the application companies are currently involved in this project. And we started with the 15 companies being involved, but now like more and more people are involved. So given that this was started even before the pre-era of like the whole Gen AI discussion happening in the industry, but remember like Google has been using Gen AI related capabilities for a very long time. And this is one of the essence. Think of this as Kubernetes plus. Kubernetes was open source by Google, and the whole adoption happened around the containers running on Kubernetes. And this has been taking up into the next step. And one of the thing is like we all know that what's happening with the Gen AI for the last 2 years, a lot of discussion about, I think the great talk about like, for example, avatars, and many use cases are evolving. But in the automation area, there are few things really happening in a very fantastic way. One is the classification of the configuration. This is one of the important aspect of it. And how do you use Gen AI to recognize different configuration? Can you generate the configuration? This is like code generation, right? So you probably have come across like a couple of tools in the industry which generates the code. So that's the classification. Then the prediction is like, hey, how much infrastructure I need? How do I provision this infrastructure? And how do I ensure that infrastructure is like properly running? These are the prediction area. The generation is like basically I want to go deploy this intent. Basically, I want to deploy this in 10 location with this much of capacity, this much of versions, and all those details. That's the generation. The understanding is that once you deploy the capacity, once you deploy the bot, once you deploy that avatar, you want to understand the automation need to understand what the state of that application is, so that it can actually continue to look at what's happening with respect to that infrastructure, so that it can continue to manage it. So these are the use cases that we primarily see with the enterprises, and people want to transform their customer and employee experience within the enterprise using the Gen AIs, and improving planning and operation of the whole infrastructure. And for example, you want to deploy an application, you want to deploy an application in cloud infrastructure or the edge. You wanted to know like what's happening and how do you make sure that that planning and operation goes well. It is really a complex problem when you have like a large scale deployment, and especially with the GPU being very costly. And when you're trying to deploy an application and you want to maximize the best use of those GPUs, this is really a complex problem. When you see a bill of $100,000 for training your model, then you know that you want to reduce the bill to like at most a low number, and that's where this really helps as well. And the creative assistance is another area that we all know that basically like creating a document, creating a configuration, creating a code, and any type of this creation of this operations happens there as well. The enterprise IT function that I talked about, the CI/CD deployment of the code, deployment of the application, deployment of anything that you want to deploy with respect to the IT, that happens in the back office functions. It including all the documents management and creation of user guides, creation of like a lot more like operational materials and stuff like that. So the essence of the AI area that this particular project is looking at is like primarily these 4 areas to summarize it. How do you generate automated configuration to provision the infrastructure? That's one area. The second area is like intent management of that automation, meaning that automation became very smarter. Now it knows how to deploy your bot. It knows how to deploy your avatar. So you don't need to worry about like many commands that you have to pass into the automation. The second thing, the third is important part. This is where the continuous monitoring, continuous management of that entire infrastructure, that is super important. So that's the third part. The fourth part is like intelligence comes into the whole automation. So the self-optimization is super important. So you basically as a user, you just tell the automation that, hey, I only have a 10K. With that 10K, like I want to deploy this application, and I want you to pick the right GPU or CPU methodology for it. And basically you pass that command to it in a plain English or plain any language to the automation. The automation is smart enough to understand what configuration it has to create and what cloud it has to go deploy and how it need to manage it. Think of this magic. Like right now, like a lot of developers, they go through a lot of pain in figuring out what the infrastructure, how do I deploy it, which cloud is cheaper, which is that and that. And there's a lot of automation in place, but they are not open. They're very proprietary. It's very hard to understand. And it's even actually harder to really pin down like what cost it would take them to run like a particular AI application. So that's where this helps a lot. And the project itself is meant to create that self-optimization areas. So we are working on a hackathon, and this is the proposal here. And we basically welcome, when I say we, the Nefio open source project, we welcome, like startups and other open sources. And anybody who is interested in the Bay Area, this is going to be in the Bay Area. We are looking at the January timeframe for this hackathon. The intention is like 3 parts that I talked about, and there are discussion already in the community. There are a lot of code which is in the community for this intent-based automation, which what do we call as Nefio. So the intelligent configuration generation is like one area that we are exploring. And basically, how do I create a Helm chart? How do I create like a Terraform scripts? Instead here, like how do I create configuration that can do the automation for a particular use case? And this could be provisioning of the GPU. It could be provisioning and deployment of your bot. It could be provisioning of your, avatars. So the self-learning infrastructure management, that is another area that we are looking at. And the fault detection and security, this is another super important area because, security is a major concern on some of this model deployments, as well as the any bot deployments and the sentiment analysis and those sort of a thing comes into place as well. The use case around doing things automatically, there's many things to do with respect to it, and we are going one by one. And again, the intention here is to collaborate with a lot more people and to bring in the automation that is needed for the industry to enable the industry with the right automation for the AI deployment, AI workload deployment, AI application deployment, as well as the infrastructure. So let me pause here, and this is my last slide. But again, thanks for listening to me. And I know that this is not purely AI, but you do need this when you really go on to a large level deployments, and when you really thinking of your company going in a large scale deployments of your infrastructure and AI models and stuff. And you do need an automation that takes you and use Gen AI to automate Gen AI. That's very important here. And that's what this project is all about. And we welcome collaboration. And again, this is an open source project. You don't need to be a member. And as long as you have an interest, you can actually engage and participate. I'll show you the next slide. That slide will give you all the links. So if you go to nefio.org, or if you go to wiki.nefio.org, and that's where you can find a lot more information about this project. And you are welcome. And you can also reach me on LinkedIn if you need any help. We are happy to connect you with. But again, the hackathon is going to be AI-based hackathon. We will share like more details in the future. But if you want to collaborate on this hackathon, you are welcome to participate and reach out to me as well. And you can also reach out to Tina as well, and we can discuss further on that. Okay. Any questions?
Can we deploy network function virtualization as well with Nefio Inference?
Yes.
VNF, NFV, everything at the edge.
Yes.
Not just in the cloud.
Yeah, so we started this project primarily a couple of years, like 2022, to really support the complexities of network deployment, and that including the VNF and CNFs that can be deployed. But I think the community sees like a lot more interest in deploying the AI applications and workloads as well. So generally, that's another area that the community is slowly switching into. The project is like, you have to think this project is basically a cloud infrastructure and workload deployment, and it could be any workload, any cloud deployment. It doesn't need to be a specific cloud. And the Nefio itself gives you the framework, and you can actually develop additional things on top of it. It is not like a very rigid framework. You can actually expand that. And the code allows you to expand that. And the community is further working in developing more SDKs where you can easily call in and just to go and deploy things. The important aspect is like this is truly open. I know projects which are called open, then it became proprietary and it created a lot of confusion in the industry. This is a purely open project.
So do you also use any LLM agents or anything as a part of that automation infra to achieve
Right now, like the code that currently in the community does not use any LLM. It actually uses the bunch of code that Google provided on top of Kubernetes. And but I think the intention is to use LLM going forward, and that's where we're calling hackathon. And there's a lot of discussion in the community as well to enable that additional capabilities into the product. Okay. Any questions? Thank you. Appreciate the time.
I have a question. Are you aware of a new working group formed in IETF named Chenbo?
No, I don't actually, but love to discuss more.
Yeah, so this one is more like the three parts of participants, the CSP, like all the telcos, and also the CAP, like YouTube, TikTok, and Reel, and also the vendors, Cisco. And so from the application, the CAP point of view, the content provider, we wanted to see like something called a throughput advice through the API, sending to the application through the vendor's implementation. Can we leverage any open source code from Nephew?
I think yes, I believe so, but let's talk offline.
Yeah, and a hackathon.
And the Nephew is actually free, and anybody can download and use it and enhance it further for their use cases.
Yeah. So specifically wanting to see something more like expose the throughput of the network situation status to the application, so you can dynamically optimize the network situation.
This is fantastic thing that Nephew already has some part of it, maybe not all part of it, but most of the code is already there.
Yeah, I think then we can have get the synergy between standardization and open source. And also Scrum Pro working group, it just announced actually this week. Also plan to have a hackathon. I assume if these two initiatives can be leveraged somehow or even combined or joint activities.
Absolutely. I think the reason for my talk and introduction and the call for action here is like anyone interested to participate and collaborate with us with respect to this hackathon. We didn't want this hackathon to be just Nephew alone. Any open source community, any companies, want to bring hands together. Because I do believe, this is my own personal opinion, is that there's a lot of enthusiasm about the Gen AI, and most of the things are proprietary in nature. And I think having like open discussions around some of these areas would definitely bring more benefit to the industry. And I think having a common collaboration instead of like everybody starting an open source project, which is sometimes happens, and now it's happening. I have seen like everybody start like a small 100K code and call it as open source. I think it's good to have industry momentum around like a few open sources that benefits everybody. So we welcome people to collaborate with us, and hackathon to sort of like meet the purpose instead of like it doesn't need to be a single company or single open source. So basically industry hackathon, I would say.
Yeah, because I see that one of the most precious resource in Nephew is the telcos, especially from Europe. Because in the Scrum Pro, there are already 3 top US telcos there, and also Telefonica and Orange. But I see Deutsche Telekom here very active, and BT, because they have the mobile backhaul, which is the most impacted part for the throughput. So we need information for that. Again, you agree with me?
Network-aware workload management. I think that would be interesting to do. Within Cisco, we are doing certain functionality of that within the SD-WAN portfolio. SD-WAN is the WAN link connecting the router all the way to the cloud, multi-cloud. So it would be interesting to collaborate. I'll have a look into it.
Sure.
And I'm happy to engage on the hackathon.
Happy to chat one-on-one as well.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you guys. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Now, let's welcome Cannon Cartherville to the stage. He'll be discussing Nephio and sharing.
Sorry, our AI is artificial.
You need Nephio to automate it properly, I guess.
Yeah, why I wasn't explaining that? Did anybody?
Thank you, Candon, for that informative session. The upcoming hackathon sounds like an event not to be missed.
The next one, wasn't okay. Announced for the networking. Is anybody, hey, you two, can you stay for 1 second? Hello? Hello? Okay, never mind. I was gonna ask who joined it. They come back? Okay. Oh, were you in the group photo? Were you in the group photo? No?
So.
You think you were?
Maybe not.
You can't remember, just 1 hour ago. When we took the photo, were you here?
I was not.
Okay, let's take another one for you.
As we move into the evening, we invite you to continue networking with your peers. This is a great time to discuss ideas sparked by today's presentations. Meanwhile, we'll be replaying the Mars Code 1024 event video recording for your enjoyment. Feel free to watch, mingle, or both.
Can we have another group photo? Can we come to the front or where do you want to stay? Okay. Yeah. Sorry about that, because people, this is still one person called Felix just arrived, right? Why? Okay, just for social. Okay. Can you come over? Do you mind to take another one just for some people they didn't show up when we take photo? Or we can do this side if you don't want to move, Sachin. You want to move? Can't move here. And Sachin is a high schooler from Palo Alto. Let's give a round of applause to Sachin. Sachin, you're 15? 14? 14. See, 14-year-old already understand AI. Yeah, and George is from Stanford University, the computer science. Yeah, and yeah, older talents here. And colleagues in one from TikTok. Come on, let's take photo.
Okay. I can take a photo. Really?
哎，你好，可以帮照一个集体照吗？
How are you?
All right. Hey, how are you? George, did you join later?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, we
class.
yeah, we won't miss the Stanford talent. Oh, wait, 1 second. Come.
I'm so sorry. Okay, what happened? Did I miss a million?
Because
No.
some people join later.
Okay.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, cheese. Okay, another one. Should we get funny one?
Yay.
Yay! 1, 2, 3. 1,
Thank you.
Thank you. How much appreciate. I think
You think it's okay?
It's going. It's a harder quarter, but
Yeah.
He's from he's a current
Yeah.
student from Stanford.
They give you a maximum number of units on taking that.
听得懂老一点。
The way the dice fell. Yeah.
明天早上开会吗？
Yeah.
可能去洗手间
I have 2 classes this quarter, but they're okay. They're not.
Yeah.
I just have to set aside time. It's all that. It's really.
哦，做满下次，这是11月11号。 今天有 open source， open house 全部去 open house。今天是我们这样 TikTok， 我以为今天结束了。
It's amazing that it's still
everything was still in C, like.
对，就是比较晚，所以我之前是本来是那个 Lightning AI 的 CEO 是礼拜五的，后来他突然是说他赶到11月份他去出差，然后周二才确定那个 Jenny 看见昨天才发的，昨天早上才发的。
Are you still using C? Everything's Rust.
Like C will never.
They said that about COBOL.
Honestly, COBOL hasn't died yet either.
I know there's still people.
There's
that are
some,
using it.
there's some U.S. government
Telecom
departments.
customers.
That's true, yeah.
Using COBOL.
That's some job listing for like, they pay a ton of money at like U.S. government.
Because all of the
Yeah. And the system is just sitting there. No one knows how to fix it. Yeah. No one left. Yeah.
Victoria, come in. Just say hi, Victoria.
Oh, hi. Hi.
I keep saying you were looking for her.
Oh, I'm here. How are you? Yeah, good to see you too. You are.
Hi, how are you?
大家好，我是肉肉。
Hello，大家好呀，很高兴能够在1024这么重要的节日跟大家见面。我叫龙龙。
龙龙呢是我们豆包 Masco 团队的产品经理。今天呢我一定会控制住产品经理不给各位程序员提这个需求。然后其实今天我是提着产品经理来给大家送礼。除了刚刚总总提到的直播间8点钟会开始的大礼之外，我们其实也准备了类似5年高考3年模拟这样类型的一个礼物给到大家。那我们先祝大家1024节日快乐。说起来，今天好像也应该是我自己的节日哈，因为我自己是计算机专业毕业的。2024年我已经毕业10年了。那会儿为了考试啊，或者为了准备面试啊，我甚至手抄过代码，或者在这个冲刺刷题啊等等的，这样去让自己赶紧拾起丢弃的一些知识。不知道龙龙有没有这样的经历？
那肯定是有的。实不相瞒，我年轻的时候也算得上是一位英俊潇洒、热爱学习的计算机专业的学生。我也跟屏幕前的大家一样，为了学习，为了考试，为了求职，有过一段段找题、刷题，然后被题虐，再回来找题、刷题。那些岁月，说实话，是我为数不多比较阴暗的时刻，因为太深刻了，太挫败了。我还记得每一次我去下定决心去做题的时候，我都会在心里跟自己讲，这道题我一定得给它 A 掉，不 A 我不睡觉。可现实是啥？现实从来都是很骨感的。有些时候我甚至都看不懂代码，看不懂题目，题目里面的每一个文字似乎我都认识，怎么它连起来我就读不懂了呢？即使我能读懂代码，读懂题目，我好像也没办法把它写出来。哪怕我把代码写出来了，似乎它也不能够正常的跑起来。我运气好点，代码能 run， 但是我又怎么能保证我的输出能够跟测试原理是匹配的？所以在刷题这件事情上就有2大选择，要么我跟题目决战到天亮，我彻夜无眠；要么我跟刷题从此分手。
都已经谈到分手这么
是那么狠的，
这么狠的一个程度了哈。
对，
屏幕前的这个特别是学生群体哈，大家有没有这样的一种感受？如果有的话，可以在评论区扣1，让我们看看这个感同身受的数量。那其实也想问问龙龙，如果当时给你一个许愿神灯，我们愿意给你一个实现愿望的机会，那你想说，我想要什么样的一个刷题产品，或者说我向老天许愿，说给我一个什么样的陪伴呢？
其实作为产品经理，擅长的就是 YY， 所以如果我说如果在我当时刷题的时候，能有一位学霸陪着我，我跟他说什么，他能够第一时间回答我，我问他什么问题，他都耐心给我解答，从来不嫌我烦，甚至我还能要求他帮我看代码、讲代码、给例子，最好偶尔还能用些甜言蜜语来鼓励我。如果能实现的话，那确实是太美好了，
真的是做梦的程度哈。还有甜言蜜语这样的要求哈。性别卡得死吗？这个要求？
性别不卡，性别不卡。
这个龙龙的这个愿望有没有代表大家曾经想过的一些想法呢？或者符不符合大家对于刷题时候想要的陪伴的一个想象？我们曾经其实刚刚龙龙也提过自己经历过一些黑暗的时刻。那这些黑暗的 时刻，现在在刚刚讲的 AI 时代的命题之下，我们有没有一些解法？今天呢，其实我俩提前给大家过年了，
我们给大家送大礼。
我们请龙龙来一层一层的为我们拆开今天给大家准备的5年模拟、3年高考。
可以啊，那我就不卖关子了，走，我给大家介绍一下我的新型安眠药房 AI 刷题，从此我就再也不失眠了。首先，它的一个最大的配方是什么？它有强大的 AI 能力。那做题前我们要先看题，如果我们在题目上遇到了问题，或者是我读完题目之后没有思路，但我又想挣扎一下，怎么办？那么可以尝试请教一下 AI， 或许 AI 给你的一些思路后，让你茅塞顿开。继续啊，那当你得到了 AI 的指点后，正准备把灵感转成代码，过程中你忘了某些算法怎么实现，怎么办？别急啊，不慌，千万别慌，你可以问问 AI。AI 耐心的很，你问问他 DFS 怎么实现，你问问他快排怎么写。那咱们继续啊。后来你在 AI 的帮助下，很顺利的写完了代码，结果运行时报错了。这个时候咱们更得沉得住气，因为什么？就差一步了。所以我们可以把这些脏活累活都让 AI 来做，让它帮你诊断，看看是你的语法问题还是逻辑问题。这点不得不说，我们 Moscow 的 AI 做的确实是非常不错的。行，你经历了千辛万苦，终于把代码搞定了，心里开始有些成就感了啊！我要开始膨胀了，因为什么？我要看代码，我要看答案。巧了呀，这个时候你也可以问问 AI， 它刚好就懂，它甚至还能够帮你看你的代码跟答案的代码有什么差异，会为你做很细致的解释，让你能够更快的学习到不同算法之间的差异。这一套组合拳下来，以前我是通宵不睡，现在至少我能保证6个小时的睡眠了。那6个小时怎么够呢？别急啊，我们还有第2道配方，我们还给大家提供了非常强大的 IDE， 让你刷题也很爽。目前我们已经支持了 Python、Java 和 Go 语言在内的8大热门语言。在 IDE 里，你可以轻松的运行我们的代码，并且可以通过 debug 能力去快速的识别和定位到问题。更美妙的是什么？更美妙的是，我们还提供了智能的语法检测、一键格式化、自动保存等等等等，让你更加关注在刷题的场景，那些琐碎的事情我们都帮你去做了。那现在终于我能够睡满7个小时了，但科学告诉我要睡满8个小时，所以我还有最后一道配方。对，我们要耍，但我们不能干耍，所以我们在第1期就上线了数百道大场真题，覆盖了10几种考点，还开放了支持 Python 和 Java 在内的判题能力。虽然现在偶尔我们还会遇到一些判题失误的小意外，不过一切都会越来越好的。后续我们会去完善整个题库的数量，去强化我们判题的准确性。其实这3道猛药一下来，妥妥8个小时没问题了。这就是咱们的第1道大礼。现在我们的 AI 刷题已经面向全网开放，免费又好用，还等什么呢？快来练吧！
谢谢龙龙绘声绘色的解译啊，
是不是有点硬广啊？这个
产品经理当然要为自己的产品争取用户啦。但其实龙龙之前也是程序员嘛，这个时代的美妙之处就是我们可以作为程序员，然后用产品经理的身份去为曾经的自己，或者现在的自己，甚至是未来的自己做一款更舒服的产品。所以刚刚龙龙的讲述中有激动，然后也有一些紧张，毕竟是一个产品经理对着很多程序员在讲说大家弹幕也轻喷哈，
第一次出道，第一次出道。
对，大家可以把自己关于刷题的一些想法诉求在评论区告诉我们，我们不要错过给产品经理提需求的这个机会。龙龙其实刚刚提到通过各种的优化，我们能睡到8个小时了。
是的。
那你自己想的终局是想睡多久？
我在高3的时候，我的物理老师在我们的黑板上写了一句话，我印象特别深刻：生前何必多睡，死后自会长眠。我一直都记在心里，所以现在我的睡眠时间比较短，但是我还是奉劝在座的大家还是要尽可能的多睡觉，身体第一啊，身体第一。
果然是年轻人哈。刚刚其实我们更多的带入的也是学生的角色，说我们在求职的过程中，正好现在也是秋招的季节，不知道大家开奖开的如何，也祝福大家能有好的 offer。刚刚聊到了刷题的这个前世今生，如果我们再扩大一下范围哈，我们来聊一聊龙龙，你现在工作几年了？
满4年。 满4年。
4年哈，我
对
们就从刚刚这个学生的身份进行一个角色转换啊。我们现在带入一下工作了4年的职场马喽的这个角色哈，你现在主要会考虑的是什么呢？
作为一名职业的马喽，你要保持持续的学习。所以现在 AI 非常火，我就很需要或者很想要去学一些跟 AI 相关的课程来加速我的入门。但是在之前，我只能在 B 站上去看视频，然后照搬视频里面的代码一个个敲。所以这个过程其实会非常的麻烦，很复杂。所以我会遇到3大问题啊。第一个问题就是，在什么地方能够让我快速的找到高质量的学习？我只要学1次就好了，我不用学第2次。第二个就是这些新的项目，它代表的新的知识领域，我要重新的去构建一套环境。大家如果有过分布式的大环境的经验，你会说其实是非常痛苦的。所以我会卡在这里，我会花很多时间去做。第3个就是奇怪的是，为什么视频里的教程它能跑得通，而我把它搬过来到我的环境里，我就跑不通？所以基本上这3个问题啊，找资源啊，配环境，以及去 debug 这种所谓的官方课程的代码的时候，就会成为了我学习中的3座不可避免大山。
真的顺着刚刚龙龙这个生前何必久睡的这个梗啊，确实很卷啊。我记得我每天看他的日程，很早的时候就会有一个会议，我跟他聊的时候，我说这个日程干嘛的？他说我还在学习一些新的东西。所以就刚刚讲了3座大山，现在我们有没有探索出一些去翻越这3座大山的办法呢？
那肯定是有的，我从来不打没有准备的仗啊！我相信屏幕前的大家也跟我一样，是一个追求效率的人才啊，大家都是人才。于是我们为一群热爱学习、追求效率的小伙伴推出了一款实验性的产品，这就是我接下来要跟大家介绍的第2份大礼，我们的 AI 链中学。那么来看看我们是怎么通过 AI 链中学来提高学习效率的吧。首先，我们用了专业的 IDE 来激活整个课程。我们针对每一个已经适配的课程，准备了开箱即用的代码环境。你在课程里看代码，在云 IDE 里面轻松的把它运行起来，所以你不需要再去做那些任何的环境配置，那是非常痛苦的事情。你上来就能够直接体验到课程的精华，你不需要再像以前一样在新手村里面去摸爬滚打，在 AI 链中学的辅助之下，出了新手村，你就能够直接开启我们的打怪升级之路。还有，在整个学习过程中，你肯定会遇到一些不懂的问题，没有人是全能的，对不对？以前我们怎么做呀？我们会去跳出课本，跳出课程，去到外面搜索，回来去比对。现在不需要了，我们把这个体验做得更加极致。这一次，我们直接让 AI 化身成助教，我们嵌到课程里。你有什么不懂的，千万别害羞，你就直接问我们的 AI， 我们的 AI 知无不言，言无不尽。其实整个体验下来会非常的丝滑。那其实 AI 链中学是我们在整个编程学习场景中的一种新尝试，所以我们非常欢迎大家前来体验，多给我们提建议。最后，靠谱的产品经理总会有一句靠谱的口头禅，那就是有问题随时找我。